Hi, I'm McCarson, and this is Zach, and we are Oxygen on Embers, and we wanted to send a personal message out to all of our friends and family, personally inviting you to our concert next month. It's November 8th, and in this video, we're not singing or anything. We are simply going to be talking about why we even play music and why we'd love to have you there. So that's what we're doing this morning.
So why do you play music?
Oh gosh. I play music. There's something about it whenever I'm playing a song and also singing it that I just get really settled in my stomach. For all of you who know Zach and I, we both do tango together too. And so I'm going to make a comparison.
Okay.
When you're dancing and you just kind of settle in finally, and it's just like, oh, this is good. Well, that's how I feel whenever we're playing and I'm singing, or even when you're singing too. It's like, it just kind of comes through me and it just feels really good. And, I think that music is something that people have shared for years and years and years. And it moves you in some way. It moves you to have an emotion. And I think a lot of the songs that we sing are from personal experience and also hopeful things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about you? What do you play?
I feel like I play for all kinds of reasons. I started as a teenager just jamming out in the bedroom, putting on CDs and playing along and figuring out chords and things just because it was, I guess it's kind of what you're talking about, I would just hit a flow state, it was a way to still be thinking, but to get out of my own head and just be creating something. And there's something beautiful to me about creating something that's gone as soon as you've created it. And you can go back and play the same song again, but it's never exactly the same song. And so, it's just a feel-good thing. And I've gone through stretches where I don't play music much and I miss it, but I think it's because for whatever reason it doesn't feel as good at that point. And so right now, it's stepping out of my bedroom, my living room, and playing music for people and on videos and making recordings. It's a whole different level of stepping in. I feel like stepping into my flow is now more of a river than a stream. I've never had as much fun with music.
Me either. I was going to ask you a question, and it has to do with cover night this past year. How did that change you as a musician?
Oh goodness. So if anyone doesn't know, we played the local radio station KDUR's cover night every year. This last year it was Tom Petty. And that's when we started playing music together. Was Carson had put together a band of very accomplished musicians, and then somehow I stumbled into playing harmonica.
Because he said he played harmonica. That's how. And you're good.
But that was goodness. I want to say that actually rehearsals changed me more than the night itself, because the night itself I wasn't nervous at all, I think, because the focus wasn't on me, it was on you. But just going to my first rehearsal, going to a stranger's house where there's a whole music room, and knowing these are professional musicians, some of them, and turning out that, hey, I can show up and do this. It's just that feeling of, it's not like there's a point at which someone says, oh, you are now a musician, and they knight you. We're all musicians if we do this. Even if you're just clapping along or singing in the car, you're a musician. And so we're all in it together, and that's what it made me realize. Like, of course I can do this. I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm. Did you have doubts?
Before the rehearsals, yes. Not before the performance.
Yeah. It changed me too, obviously. It was my first time to ever perform live like that, ever, with a group of people. And I was really proud of myself for pushing myself and also incredibly nervous. But what was weird for me that night was I felt excited before we went on, but it was after we performed when I felt like this monster adrenaline rush. And so for our concert next month, I keep coming back to that, thinking, how is that going to feel, and what's the difference going to be right there? Because we couldn't really see the crowd very well anyway at the theater. But here in the listening room, we'll be able to really be close and personal with 40 other guests.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Mm.
And it's been fun. I know I get to watch your journey this year, of finding your voice, finding your musicianship, and you talk some about it, but maybe, I don't know, tell us a bit about what it's been like finding your voice as a vocalist.
Finding my voice, finding my fingers, there's a little bit of everything that I'm finding. So it's been a year and 1 month since I started playing my ukulele, which I've fallen in love with, and have since picked up other instruments, which we'll both play multiple instruments on the night of the concert, which will be a lot of fun.
Wow.
You know, I think I've always had my favorite vocalists and musicians in my head, and people who I like to sing along with, or people who I feel like I sing along well with
Mm-hmm.
when I'm listening to their music. But it's me singing just like them, right? Like, it's not me singing my song to their song. And so this past year has been really educational, and it's been eye-opening and heart-opening, simply because I've started to just embrace me for me and my voice, how it comes out naturally,
Yeah.
which is interesting because, I mean, yes, I do have a southern accent sometimes. I mean, I'm from the South, it just happens that way, but when I sing, it really comes out, and it's usually the opposite for people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm embracing the hell out of it, because there are some things I can do vocally that maybe other people might have a hard time doing because they don't have a lazy jaw like a southern person does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so finding my voice, it's been fun this year, and it's different with every song
Mm-hmm.
that we write or that I accompany you on, because I'll sing differently when you're singing
Mhm.
something, and I'll come in for harmony or just as a backup. So I change it up a little bit when I'm singing with you. But yeah, I think my true voice is this deep, warm, southerny welcome. You know, like, that's when I think about when I sing. Whether it's tragedy or triumph, that's how I want to
Mm-hmm.
help people feel in their bellies. It's just like, oh, this is just like honey. You know, like, that's what I like, warm honey. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, it's been a journey, and it's been so fun to do it with you too. And I know
Mhm.
people are probably curious how we ended up doing our duo, and I think cover night was a big part of that,
Yes.
because we gelled really well, and we have so many similar mindsets and ways of doing things that it just makes it easy for us to spend time like that together and to develop things together.
It is. I think both of our creativeness is probably not super planned out.
Yeah.
We're not the type to sit back and say, we're going to have a band, but all right, let's take a few years to really perfect our musicianship on these instruments, and let's go learn how to write songs. And we're just like, let's do it.
Well, you're a writer professionally, and I'm a visual artist professionally, so it comes together. I mean, we're both artists to the core. Yes, music and writing music and all of that, we're like finally embracing all of that stuff and bringing it to the forefront. Some of the talents that we never even knew we really had until
Yeah.
we're like, oh wait, you've got this, do it, you know? And I feel like that's how it's kind of been with the way we've kind of continued to build on Oxygen on Embers,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Yeah, he's definitely a better musician than I am, for sure.
I've also been doing it maybe 20 years longer. So.
Yes, but he's really good at it, and I love what you add to everything, and what you bring to it, you know?
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. We push each other really well, I think.
Mhm.
You've said I inspired you musically to
Mhm.
push you on your instruments, to up your game, and those things. And I know you do that for me vocally. She's really invaluable, actually. I can bring a melody, I can start singing, and she can say, she knows exactly where to point in my body. No, don't sing from there, sing from there. Or,
It's weird how we know each other like that, though. It's like
and
we
you
can
give,
pick it up.
me, you give me the weirdest things. You know, my favorite on our EP, which will be, dropping, I think is the word, at our concert.
Oh, there's lingo?
Apparently.
Oh my.
I know, go Urban Dictionary, it's
Okay.
all on there. I was really struggling to get the feeling of this one note, and this is the night before we go into the studio, mind you. And
I know what you're gonna say.
Carson looks at me and she's like, hit the John Denver note. And I went,
Oh.
okay. I mean, I think most people would have been like, well, which one? He sings all the same notes as other people, and what do you do? And I just said, okay, and there it was, and it's what it needed. So.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that's where we get each other, and
Yeah.
I think you're able to really push and inspire me in ways. Because I may be the experienced instrumentalist here, but I'm not the experienced vocalist.
Well, we're both learning, which is beautiful, I think. And we're super supportive of each other in that way.
Yeah, we are. And I think that's a big part of why we're excited to have 40 people sitting here watching us, supporting us, loving us. Like, we're not
It's not easy.
It's not. It's not. And we, it's not like we have a whole fan base built up. It's our first concert, and we got to start somewhere. But the fact that we could have 40 people sitting in a room who are there supporting us, who are there cheering us on, who want to see what we do, who want to see where we goof, because I guarantee we're going to.
Because we are not perfect, and we love not being perfect.
Yes. So that's going to be really special, I think, that we're up there supporting each other, at the same time knowing 40 people that we know dearly or want to get to know dearly are out there cheering us on. That's going to mean a lot.
And I hope, and I know it will be from our concert, because we're not going the normal route here to debut our music.
No.
We aren't two that will play in a bar frequently or anything like that. The music we write doesn't really lend. It's just not the right situation for us, because a lot of our music that we write, you need to hear what we're saying. You need to be able to hear it and feel it. And people are like, we haven't really even played any gigs yet. And we're like, yeah, we know. But we have. We've done our videos. But I mean, it's a great exercise in putting yourself out there, because like we've said before, we know we're not perfect, but we hope to also be an inspiration to other people who may love music and want to be more musically inclined or more actively participating in a music scene, but they're scared to death. And all I can say is, if you're scared to death, find someone who you appreciate very much and hook at the hip and go forward, because that has been... do you think it would be harder for you to do this on your own?
I don't think I would have ever done this on my own.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either.
And I see where going forward, like, sure, I could go play something by myself after all these experiences and just having that confidence and experience, but getting started, no way. I mean, no way would I have done this.
Yeah.
Or anything like this.
No, I'd still be in the closet, probably playing on instruments like this.
I'd still be in my bedroom with the CD louder than me, so I could pretend I was on stage with Neil Young and not on stage myself.
Yeah. So why do you want people to come to our concert on November 8th? November 8th is the date, people.
I want people here partly because I'm nervous about it. I'm genuinely nervous, but I want it to be full. I visualize it when I'm practicing at home. I have 40 people sitting there staring at me, and I think the only thing harder than having 40 people sit and stare at you would be having an empty room staring at you. There is an energy that you get between a live musician and an audience that I know from the audience perspective really well. You can listen to a live recording, but it doesn't capture what it's like to be there, because there's something beyond the sound, I think, that's the energy happening between the band, between the audience. And I think the whole thing's generative. It's not just the two of us up there making music and 40 people passively listening. I think it is a conversation, especially in a setting like this.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what happens with this music when we're performing it for people and not for just a video camera.
Or us or the dogs.
God bless those dogs that listen to us all the time.
I know. Yeah. I'm really excited to be a part of the concert on the 8th, because we have been working really hard. I mean, we could have 20 originals to sing, but we cut it down so we make sure we have time. So how many?
I think we're doing 18.
18. We have 18 originals, 9 that you've written and 9 that I've written, and we share vocals. And so lot. I think 18 original songs, vocally, musically, energy and emotion and love into it. I mean, I can't wait to share these songs. I mean, some of the songs you've seen on the videos, but we have so many more, and they're from our hearts. And some are funny, some are sad, some are just really harrowing, and others are, just recollections of beauty around you and stuff. But I'm really proud to do the concert because of that. I'm excited about all of the work that we've put into the music itself together, and then being able to share it with 40 people who really care about us and wanting to hear something different. Because I know all musicians say, oh, my music's different, it's so different, but it's true. Like, everyone has their own niche or their own way of delivering, and our music is definitely different. It's drawn from the South, it's drawn from the desert, it's drawn from family and friends and experiences, whether we've experienced them together or separate from each other. And that's why we came up with Front Porch Desert Roots, because that's us. And it's so us. Like, we want people to feel like they can hang out on the porch with us, or be around a campfire in the desert with us, or just enjoying time with us, to where you do feel really warm and loved and comforted and moved in a certain way.
Yeah. So in creating all that music, what's the most rewarding aspect of the whole process for you?
Getting to know myself. Getting to know myself and getting to know how I sing or how I write a song may or may not affect another person. Obviously, it's going to affect me for sure, because it's part of me. But I want to give it to other people, and I want to see their reaction and how they take it in, because as a visual artist, I can watch them at an opening at the gallery or whatnot and see how they react to my pieces. But in song, it's different, because you're not silently watching like a fly on the wall. You're actively participating, and I'm excited to hear what people have to say about the way we have encouraged them to feel, or what if we've sparked up a memory, or how they relate to our music.
Yeah.
And it is different. It's so different. And that's what I love about Oxygen on Embers, is that it's different and we feel it.
Yeah.
How about you?
I knew you were going to turn that around. I'm sure that's something ready. For me, it's all around just the act of creating. You learn, I'm kind of cribbing your answer here, but you learn about yourself. I do anyway. It's like I block out a chunk of time just about every day to play, because this is my chance to experiment, my chance to try things. When it's a song I've written or a song we've developed together, there's no wrong way to play it. So sometimes it's going in and tearing it apart, trying something new, letting myself not be comfortable all the time. That's what's different than playing along with a CD is, that there's a set way it goes, and I'm playing along with that, and you don't get to deviate without jarring. And this is, I can slow it down, I can speed it up, I can change keys, I can finally understand what the heck a key is. I can just keep creating, and every day walk away from it going, I made something today.
Yeah, that's nice. Because we don't get to make anything every single day.
No, we don't. And I think we both feel this way, where songs are living things. It's not like, cool, I finished it, it's done, and now it's locked in, and in 30 years we're playing it. It's going to sound the same. I think for both of us, so for example, a lot of the songs you've seen on videos so far, we'll be playing at the concert, and some of them are going to sound different, because we've advanced, the songs have grown, we've spent more time together, we've gotten to know them.
Keys have changed, chords have changed.
All over the place.
Yeah, patterns have changed.
And what you're going to see is where they are at that moment. They're not going to be the same 6 months after this concert. So in a sense, this is like every concert of ours, I think, is going to be a unique experience, because we're never going to take a snapshot and just keep duplicating it over and over.
I think really how we feel that day and how the energy of the audience feels, and it's going to be fun to be able to recreate differently, if that makes sense. Like recreate a set list possibly, but the songs could all feel differently depending on an audience. But yeah, I know, I'm excited. I really am, and I think I'm also really excited about. I know I keep saying this, but we worked really hard.
It's true.
We worked really hard, and not only in writing music and preparing it together and becoming incredibly vulnerable to changes and suggestions and growing vocally and musically. I mean, I feel incredibly pushed musically. Like I'm like, just give me 3 chords and I'll be fine. No, no, because this guy loves E.
Which is apparently not the easiest on a ukulele.
Sometimes it's not, right? It's easier on a guitar for sure, but I really want people to come because one of the beautiful things I think about us is that we are not ego-driven.
Yeah. That
we really are unconditional in giving what we have, and I want people to come and feel that because it feels good. And we've been working hard on all of our music and our vocals and all of that, but we also have jumped into the pool of merchandise, for bands, and registered ourselves in so many different ways, and having our EP ready for you that night. And what did you say? We were dropping it?
Yes.
Okay. And and it's been such a fun experience since we started all of this. And for those of you who are getting this video and may know a lot of this already, and then some of you who have been following us and get a chuckle out of our bloopers and enjoy our music too. I mean, we're real, and we're really giving you what we have, and you have supported us in so many ways, and we would just love for you to support us in attending this concert too, because it would mean the world to us. Just come and grab a chair and smile at us even when we fuck up.
Because we're going to. And I just want to put a word in there too, not just for us, but for any artists you have in your life, that
young or old,
any age, because I don't think you ever stop being vulnerable and being nervous about it.
No.
And there are so many ways you can support the artists in your life that mean so much. I mean, we're obviously asking you to please come to our concert. Tickets are on DurangoListeningRoom.com. They're $15, which, I bought a burger the other night and paid more than $15, and I think we're going to be a little more entertaining than I know.
Than a burger, we will, we promise.
But for any artist in your life, us, anyone, I think, take the time to go support them if you can, and spend a little bit of money to support them when you can. And when that's not feasible, or even when it is feasible, see if you can tell 5 friends about the artists in your life. See if they have social media accounts. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Give a like, give a follow. Invite friends to that. Because those little things do matter to artists. They help you build a platform, they help you get recognized, they help people find you who don't necessarily know you. And we're reaching out to friends and family because that's who we know. And to keep growing as artists, at some point you have to reach out to people you don't know.
Yeah.
And the people you do know are the biggest ally you have. So, not just for us, but for anyone, thank you for supporting artists.
Definitely. So, in conclusion, are we wrapping up?
I think we can.
Okay. So just like Zach said, the tickets are available on DurangoListeningRoom.com. You can go to the ticket icon on the menu bar and click on it, and you'll see Oxygen on Embers, and just click on that, and the tickets are $15. The concert is November 8th, and the doors will open at 6:30, and the show is from 7 to 9, with a break and intermission. People of all ages are welcome. You are. We totally encourage young adults who are coming into music, who are a little unsure, because trust me, they can come and relate with us, because I feel like a young adult too. So But no, really, I mean, I would really ask if you could all possibly purchase the tickets ahead of time, because sometimes at the door, it just doesn't work, because there might be 1 or 2 tickets left, and then there's a line at the door, and I just don't want to disappoint anyone. And I'd love to be able to say, show is sold out, we'll do another one some other time, but please do go online and get those tickets, because we would really, really love to see you in the seat in front of us, supporting us and smiling at us, because we're going to be nervous.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yes. There's no hiding in this listening room. If you haven't been to a concert, we're all lit the same. There's no bright light in our face that blinds us from you. We're right there, and you're right there, and there's no escape.
So if you are friends and family, grab another friend or family member, go online and come to the show, okay? We hope to see you. We've been working really hard. Again, how many times can I say that? We've been working so hard. But, yeah, go see.
And having the most fun we've ever had.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
I mean, we can tell from the bloopers, for goodness sakes, right?
So I think that'll show too. I think that'll be what everyone walks away with.
Yeah. Again, we're Oxygen on Embers. I'm McCarson and this is Zach. And yeah, go get your ticket, please.
Yes.
We'd love to see you.
Thank you all. We'll see you in
Thanks.
November.